Yeah, I don't quite understand it, but
There we go. There we go.
what
Sounds
it
coming through.
is. Oh, is it working now? Thank God for that. My God.
Yes. Sounds is officially coming through. Well,
Incredible scenes. Well, that's gone well.
yeah, there we are. We got 5 minutes left of this qualifying session, sprint qualifying session, guys.
Sorry.
Do the interruption again.
Right, so welcome everyone to the Racing League. This is round 10 for the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix of Realistic Tier. Tonight we have all of the not all of the drivers, Jesus Christ, get my words out. Snipes and KMK in the Mercedes, Alessio in the Alpine Solo today, that guy and Smaller Smiley in the Ferrari, Money Game and Chipmunk Money Game in the Pink Bulls livery. That's the first time we're seeing that in the game.
Has he unlocked it already?
John in
Oh,
the
he's
Sauber,
unlocked it
yes
already.
he has. Chipmunk also in the pink ball. Padge in the Red Bull on his own today as well. Emil in the Williams and Corgi and Jack in the McLaren. Had a couple times in already. I think some people were looking to put on the softs now. Mixture of medium and soft laps that have already come in. My settings are weird, and for some reason I'm seeing people actually go into the garage, which I've never seen before.
Corgi in the chat saying that he hit the wall at speed. Oh, fun. We got a couple of drivers out on that.
Schumacher.
KMK has invalidated his mediums. Ron, we got 4 minutes left of the session. Chipmunk going P8. Jack going P8 ahead of Chipmunk. And
So the next car
Padge.
to the line will be Emil.
Emil is not on a lap.
Okay.
So go on board. I mean, Padge is just invalidated. So
that guy then, I believe.
it'd
Money
be
Game. Money Game's pushing now.
the money game is not on a lap now. I don't know.
He's just.
I don't know what. I think
we
he might
shall
be
go
just
with
running
that
laps.
guy.
Yeah, we'll go on that way. Who is
Well,
about to
Snipes, you
start?
say poll in the chat, but you're on poll for now.
There's very close time between
nothing
you and
is confirmed until the end of the session.
There's very close time between you and Alessio there, my friend. You got to watch
100%.
out. And everyone else
On...
is.
You go.
Everyone else is a couple of attempts behind. So.
I don't care, people for now. That's fair
respect
enough.
it.
As that guy going through the first chicane now, that's a pretty good exit out of turn, what is technically turn 3. This track is so weird with corners. There are corners which aren't corners.
I think that's just how it works, really. It's just anything.
Or that's very close to bottoming out on that curb that drags you out wide for that guy coming to the first sector split. 1 millisecond down on his time. We'll see what he's able to do come the middle sector. That Ferrari is a bullet in a straight line, so we'll see what happens here. Not quite using all of the track. You can go over that curb on exit, using plenty of battery down this back straight. Got to be careful though, because you want to save some for the final sector. It's about 3/4 of a tenth up. He's going to run out of deployment very early on. He's got to hope that Ferrari's straight line speed can carry him towards the line. As
What?
Corgi has a 5-place penalty for a collision with Alessio. That's interesting.
Think he was
Does
letting
Alessio have a penalty as well?
Through. I will check the.
That guy
Nope, just Corgi. Corgi has a 5-place grid penalty, so he will start.
Alessio's very lucky on that front then.
Yeah, we don't know what happened, but very curious.
Padge next to the line. He's going to be crossing the entry line. Jack is retired.
I was on board with Padge through his lap, and he was using none through Sector 1, so tried using a lot of battery-saving techniques, and it just wasn't...
He looks like... His throttle looks a bit weird. I don't know if that's just me.
I think it may have fixed itself now.
No, because I can still see some inputs, even when he looks like he's not on it.
I think that's just an issue with our uh, camera department.
Hmm.
A couple of drivers starting a lap now. I believe Cod Camper is one of them.
KMK has come to the pit, so that is his session done. That is Alessio to the line to start. That is going to be Corgi to the line to start. Smaller to the line to start. And Chipmunk. So the furthest along on a lap.
I'm currently on board with John John. He's just gone purple sector one of the people that are on track. Very
Wow.
good first sector from John John, of course, is one of our trio in the battle for the championship, along with Cod Camper and Alessio, who are currently running P5 and P3 respectively.
John John's set at 32-1. His teammate for tonight, Cod Campo, 3/10 down on that. There was a bit of an issue in the practice lobby, meaning that a lot of drivers couldn't get any practice in the realistic cars.
Yeah, thanks,
So,
Corgi. John John's using a lot of battery here.
3 cars have not made it to the line to start the final laps, being Emil, KMK and Chipmunk. Padge cannot improve. Next car to the line is John John, half a second up on his own time. We'll put him near enough with that guy.
Alessio is 2/10 up on his lap, so John John goes
Half
fastest for
second
now.
up.
I don't have any sort of notifications about 3-second time penalties or anything like that, because it did not come up with that bar, so I'm going to kill my TV department again. Anyway, John John is currently provisional pole. Alessio's up next. No, it's not. Cod Camper's up next. Sorry.
Comes to the line,
P2 for Cod Camper.
Alessio
P2!
0.5. Cannot
okay.
beat John John. Corgi next to the line.
He's used
He's
all
run out
his
of deploy very early.
And
I believe that's
one of
Smaller
the
getting a slipstream.
yes, Smaller Smiley P4
Up to P4. Money Game has invalidated, so the next car to the line will be Snipes, followed by that guy.
Snipes has been very good.
Is that guy pushing again?
He is, but he's used all his battery, so
That's bold considering he's on 2 lap old tyres as well.
Snipes
comes towards the line now, cannot retake pole position back. It's only P4, that guy can't improve. And Money Game is done, so that is your session.
Yeah, good session there for John John, of course, and Alessio and Cod are top 3 in the Drivers' Championship. Of course, there is no Constructors' Championship in realistic tier. Those ordering will be with you in due course, because realistic tier standings. Yeah, your Cod Camp is currently leading the championship with 159. John John is 1 point back with 158, and Alessio is 18 points back on 140 after a poor end to an unfortunate end to China last week.
So your sprint grid as it stands is John John, Alessio, Cod Camper, Snipes, Smaller Smiley, that guy, Money Game, Jack, Chipmunk, KMK, Emil, Padge, and Corgi.
Yeah, I was quicker. Anyway, Corgi does have a 5-place grid penalty. Unfortunately, he will not start from P18.
Ah, why would you say it like that? Why?
Because why not?
That is annoying.
Anyway, as we have stated, it is a sprint weekend, so we now are going to have a couple of minutes break for the sprint race
and the what's it called? Intra-session yap.
Yes. So what
shall we call it?
What did we see on Tuesday in the sprint that we could possibly see today in difference in tire strategies? Maybe picking the mediums compared to the hards.
I'm not sure that we're going to get much difference tonight. Obviously, the track is going to be a lot cooler than Tuesday because we had the wrong session time mistake. So there wasn't really much that we could do about that. So that was why I think there was a split between the mediums and the hards. I think for the sprint, it should be mediums. But to be honest, it could go either way between mediums and hards, unless you want to save a set of hards for the race, in which case it's much better to use the mediums, because the hards are a superior race tyre by far.
Yes, good evening, Money Game. Who the commentary today? Willow, you have Willow and Sox. Yes, that is right. Willow is
it's
the
my
goat.
stream today.
It is.
You can see in the bottom right.
Yeah, it says Willow. It doesn't say Willow. It
Well,
says something
no.
else.
It says CRE of Venicus, which is my old account. Only the OGs know that my original account is this. Because this
Yeah.
account has been around the blocks.
But however, so we said that there might not be a difference between the medium picking the mediums and hards for the sprint race. On Tuesday we did see, was it you, Willow, and
Myself
Cod
and COD, yeah.
did attempt the hard compound tire, which granted it is different conditions to that we had in the sprint race on Tuesday, but still with the tire wear being as crucial as it is, could we still see the hard tires with these realistic cars picking the hard tire be a benefit in this race?
Uh, I think it'll be too hard to call, to be honest, because obviously we've not had too much of a run with the realistic cars. In terms of long, kind of sprint session length, we've only had what, one sprint this
It was
cycle.
Monza. It was
Yeah,
Monza, which was round 3.
and Monza
Was our
was
last sprint.
Monza is abnormally high tyre wear on this game anyway, so I think that there can be a bit of a mix. I think that whether that will come to be is going to be a different story. Um, but I think overall, I think the split might be either massive or nothing at all, to be honest, because um, you'll want to save a set of hards for the main race as well, because obviously they are the superior race tyre. As to whether it'll be beneficial, I can't see it. I think that the mediums will hold on even in the latest stint, because on Tuesday as well, there wasn't really that much split between pace at the end, so
Yeah, of course, something that we need to mention is the 1, 2, 3 DRS zones in this track that will make it very easy for DRS if the car ahead does not have DRS, but will make it very difficult if there is a train that forms and everyone goes choo choo choo.
it becomes very easy to keep up with the car in front of you, even if you have a disadvantage set up. I mean, on Tuesday, I think that I shouldn't have won that on multiple different accounts, not just because of being very close to the walls. As we do get the formation lap underway, there's a
Okay.
small split, but not massive. COD, Snipes, and that guy all choosing the hards, everyone else on the mediums. Um,
This is
but
going to be
yeah, as I was
interesting to
saying,
see.
oh, 100%.
We expect
Uh,
COD, Snipes, and that guy to fall out at the beginning, but how will
yeah,
it
they're going to
form
make it
later
back up
on?
at the end,
It is
probably.
it is a 9-lap sprint race, so
But the tyre wear, if you're pushing every single lap, those tyres are going to be screaming by the end. Tyre wear on the mediums is around about 6% a lap, at least personally. I think for John, who we know is good at saving his tyres, is probably going to be somewhere around 5.5% ish. So we'll see. But also with the realistic cars, it's going to be a little bit higher, especially in that Sauber. So we shall see. Lots of weaving on this formation lap. It's going to burn out your tyres.
everyone wanting to get tire warms. The warm up in the tires.
Tyres.
Because people are
The
taking very
warm up.
interesting lines. In
Oh,
I've
yes.
been watching some of the drivers starting from the latter half of the grid. They've been going off it at most corners. Very interesting to see the different strategies that are going into getting temperature into their tires.
100%. So, as they get to the grid now, a little bit of a split between Cod and Snipes behind. It shouldn't matter too much. I'm hoping the game gives me an actually good angle for this start rather than this one that we have now. That is that guy getting disqualified on the hards.
Ooh,
And
the
Emil on the
meal.
mediums as well.
So they will be, and it can get and Padge, so they will all be starting
Wow.
from a disadvantage of 3 meters on the grid box.
As we look to the
Oh, you got a good
lights.
camera angle.
I do, thank God. 3, 4, 5 red lights in Jeddah. And then we're underway for the sprint for round 10. It's a good start from John. Cod sending it to the inside already. Not quite able to get that one done. Small Smiley taking P4. As that is... Oh! Contact in the middle of the pack. That is smaller.
I saw a
and
wing fly
Snipes,
off.
yeah. I saw a
Oh.
McLaren going off on the exit of 10-3. There's a lot
That
of
is
chaos
Corgi.
in the first sector.
I'm trying to work out whose wing has gone for you.
I think that was either Snipes or Smaller, to be honest, but I couldn't quite see what happened. There was a bit too much chaos. Lots of things to keep track of. That is Corgi losing place to KMK at the back of the
That is
John
Smaller Smiley.
has
Smaller
held
Smiley's
the
fun.
lead.
At the hairpin, Smaller Smiley does not have a front left end plate, so it was his front wing after
So he will be
contact.
probably coming in at the end of this lap to fix that front wing, because lack of front wing at Jeddah is painful, to say the least. So we will see what he decides to do at the end of this lap. Alessio has held on to John, as has Cod. Cod making a pretty good start considering he's on the hards. Money Game also making a good start. If we check the positions gained, he's gained 3 from P7 up to P4. Same Chipmunk gaining 3 and Emil gaining 3. All of them taking advantage of the chaos at the first 3 corners. So now it's about management till the end of the race. That is, Smaller has stayed out and has overtaken Padge.
Smaller Smiley, I think, knows that the pit stop would put him comfortably last, and I think he's hoping that if he can stay in the DRS train here, that he will be able to make some moves in that the faster Ferrari car. He's got Corgi up next, who's in DRS of KMK, so we'll have to see how that turns out. 7 laps left as Corgi has gone very deep at the S section.
Gotta be careful that you don't do a Schumacher, because that will destroy your race for definite.
Good evening, Rich Energy, my former teammate and sister. How you doing, mate? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Hello there, in that case. That just reminds me of that meme, well in that case. I don't know why, and that meme also frustrates me to no end.
Why? What did the meme do to you?
It is literally just a picture of a well in a case. It's too literal.
Well, there's a big battle here going on between John and Alessio. Alessio staying behind in DRS for the final corner. We'll see if he can make the move done. Going into turn 1, he tests fast up in the race. I don't know what it was.
As Snipes has stolen that away with a 30.6, all of them being covered by around about a tenth. Alessio taking the inside and making the move.
And Jack making a
Into
move on
turn
Emil
1.
as well. For the battle for P8.
John pulled out to try and have another look, but you never want to go side by side into turn 4 because there will be carnage. And nobody as yet has died to either the Schumacher curb or the death curb that drags you off into Narnia.
Or the turn 4 inside wall, KMK getting past Emil, who had a poor exit out of Sausage Club corner, and he's slowing down to let everyone through, so maybe he got an illegal overtake or something.
No, he's got front right end plate damage. He's missing an end plate on the front right. So that is Emil, who has lost part of his front wing and has decided to let people go. As we look through the pack now, like I said, it's going to be big management this race. But both of tyres, of ERS, of your positioning until the
Ooh,
final
his
lap.
first time penalty of this race goes to Emil.
That
Three
is
time penalty for
Cod
him.
on the inside of the final corner of John.
Maybe there's
I
hard
wouldn't have
tyres.
thought they'd be fast already. Cod having to duck into the pit lane line to try and stay side by side with John. He's
And he's
boxed in.
on the inside.
Jack setting the fastest lap by a couple tenths. John holds the inside for turn 2. Cod's going to get a bit more momentum around the outside of turn.
Ooh, bit of contact
2.
there it seems. He's going to have to settle in behind. That's Emil retiring in the pit lane from this sprint race.
And John holds on, but has lost a couple tenths to Alessio, who could potentially break DRS now. But breaking DRS isn't as simple as it seems, because if you've got drivers behind you with much lower wings, you're not going to be able to escape them at all. Which I found out the very hard way on Tuesday.
There's something that I have noticed. There's a smaller Smiley in this battle for P9 in this three-person train. He is leading the train, but all big spin there for smaller Smiley. He's allowed KMK back through. But he was leading the train, but because of his damage, it was causing him to lose so much time that they've now got a 5-second gap to Jack in P8. So that is very, very unfortunate for those three.
That is John who's gone off at the high-speed chicane. Potentially would have picked up a warning trying to keep in Alessio's DRS. But yeah, like you say, that train goes from P1 down to P8, Jack just about holding onto the back of it, and then there's a 6-second gap. So that top 8 pretty much locked in for the rest of this sprint, shall we say. Yeah, very calm at the moment, this sprint, as compared to the carnage that was lap 1.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone go into the turn 4 wall yet, which instantly takes off your tyre. It happened to me in sprint qualifying on Tuesday. So
I got very lucky because I nudged the turn 4 wall in the middle of the race, and I could have very easily had my front wheel ripped off. I'm very lucky that I hadn't. Smaller Smiley picking up a 3-second. That will put him, as it stands, out of the points, because our sprint system is 10 to 1, first to 10th.
yeah, 10 points go to the first place car, and then P2 will get 9, and so 4 down.
All
Because
the way to P10.
That's very confusing. It's 10 to 1, 1 to 10. A little bit.
That wasn't the best way of explaining it, my bad.
No, it's all good. Rich Energy is waiting for the IndyCar game, so
I would also like to see that, because I've been following IndyCar for a little bit. I've never tried any oval racing either. Squad's getting a not great exit. It'll be under attack from Money Game potentially into turn 1.
Snipes gets past Chipmunk in the bar straight.
Lots of people having some not so great exits. Happy to have distanced myself from that game. The Ultra Reserve race was a bit of pain in the leg. Oh, you're right. I hope you're okay, mate, because... Oh, that's John spinning!
No!
That's some horrible timing.
Wow,
somebody
okay.
has picked up some wing damage. I believe that might be John. Yeah, John's missing his front right end plate now. That's Money Game up into P2.
He's P2 in this championship at the moment, and those round.
Poor timing. Cod's cutting and gaining a place. He's got 10 seconds. That could potentially be removed, because that might have been when he went off to avoid John.
This is absolutely chaos.
But that is disaster for the man who started on sprint pole and is currently P2 in the drivers. But that has also allowed Alessio to run away scot-free at the front. I was just about to ask.
Absolutely.
That's great timing. As that is Cod getting past Money Game, who will now look to try and come back, but no. That will put Cod safely up into P2.
I am going to quickly reset my TV mechanics to see if that brings back my HUD, because it is not coming up on this.
Oh, you don't have any HUD?
I didn't see COD's penalty, so I'm going to
Oh,
try
just pause,
and.
man, pause.
Oh, is that all I needed to do?
Yeah, because it does that with the 3 seconds of that is Smaller Smiley, who has retired from the session as well.
I mean, he had damage, so it was very unfortunate for Smaller Smiley, but he'll be
And
looking
the
to come back in
3-second
the sprint
penalty
race.
as well.
Yeah.
So, lots of unfortunate happenings for Smaller in this sprint. As Cod will now look to chase down Alessio for the sprint when, if he can get that 10-second penalty removed, which is likely, but obviously we don't know the full picture of what's happened. So he has 2 laps to try and catch Alessio.
I remember to press spectate, so I will not be joining a car.
Thank God. Otherwise there would have been some problems.
Yes.
You would have probably ended up in the Red Bull.
Yeah. I'd do
Are you
qualifying.
on controller or wheel right now?
I could be either.
Because I was going to say, that could either be some small issue or that could be a very, very big issue. But Cod's not making the inroads that he would have liked to have made.
Hey, I got the HUD
this
back.
lap. Whee.
Let's go.
Oh, Money Game's sending it into turn 1. I thought he was going to have a go at Cod there for a second. That is Chipmunk getting
John
as well.
battling.
They're going to be side by side into turn 4.
Oh, Chipmunk's going to fight this.
Applied by John.
And John backs out. John knows.
Especially with that front wing as well. He's got to be quite careful. So, at the end of this, he could actually lose out to Jack as well in McLaren. But yeah, like I say, Cod, as that is... I think there was snipes going off for a second there. But yeah, Cod not making the inroads that he would have liked in this race so far. On those hards. In fact, if you compare the gap from this time last lap, he's actually lost a couple tenths. But overall, he is gaining on John, so that will be his focus. And if his 10-second penalty gets removed, it will be only a 1-point loss to Alessio. But this looks very good for the Alpine driver in terms for the main race.
Yeah, this has been a very good sprint race from Alessio, and he definitely made the right choice with those medium compound tyres. We'll see what we'll have to wait till the main race to see what if he can do the dirty double. And
as there's a move being lined up into turn 1 by Money Game in the V-carb on Cod. Money Game takes the inside. Cod gives him the squeeze.
And Snipes is going to get through.
Snipes taking an opportunistic
he's
switchback.
He's going to fight this, and it looks like Money Game will have to back out. Yeah, he does, because you do not want to go too wide into turn 4.
That was a very bold switchback from Snipes there. That's an incredible move. I've not seen one like that for a long time. But will he be able to get past Cod now? Because he probably could have used a lot of battery in the run-up to that. We'll wait and see. That guy looking to pressure Money Game down these 2 straights. Corgi picking up a 3-second.
Yeah, unfortunately,
out the points anyway, and currently the last runner, so will not affect his result thus far.
Just to remind you, it is the final lap, but we completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Alessio,
just a bit.
Alessio
Drivers haven't forgotten that it's the final lap.
We will see what happens in this battle
sure.
for P2. Assuming Cod Camper gets this penalty removed, will Snipes be able to catch up to him? Both got a good amount of battery to play with, so...
And he's not anywhere close to shape for a move, as we look to the man who's currently P1 and will stay P1 in this race. That is Alessio in the Alpine, who takes the sprint win. Cod Camper taking P2 on the road. Snipes and Money Game take, and that guy all benefiting from that. Chipmunk, John and Jack also being close enough to benefit, of course, notwithstanding the removal. K&K taking P9, Padge rounding out your point scorers today, and Corgi in P11. Why has it gone to far to near chase cam?
Because why not?
This is very interesting. So yeah, that is your sprint for now. We shall wait and see what happens post-race with the stewards report, but as I said, your race result is Alessio from Snipes, Money Game, That Guy Chipmunk, John, Jack taking the fastest lap in the McLaren,
Yes,
followed by Cod Camper, KMK, Padge, Corgi, Smaller, and Emil both retiring. And you were saying?
yeah. Snipes is in a chat saying that he got thrown into a wall lap once. So the fact, if he did have damage, the fact he's managed to get potential P3,
I
depending if
think he
COD
was
gets his
involved
penalty
in the
removed.
incident. I think he was in the incident with Smaller.
Oh, he didn't get
In
any damage.
turn
Okay.
3. Yeah, I thought that was Smaller's front wing that went flying.
It was, but Snipes didn't get damage, but he lost 4 places apparently.
Damn, so that's a good recovery.
It was a great recovery drive
From...
from Snipes.
Yeah, 100%. So, on to qualifying now. My voice is already starting to die, which is lovely. Oh, that guy looking at selecting the hards for qualifying for now. As that is Jack coming out of the pit lane already. There we go.
Yeah, Jack will be the first one to come out on track. He's going to be the only one as it currently stands, so
Very early, I must say.
he's got every eye on him.
100%. So, as that is also a Sauber coming out of the pit lane. That will be John. And the carb of Money Game.
It was a good sprint race there from Money Game. Depending whether COD gets his penalty removed, it will be probably P4, P3, P4. I'm not sure.
Because he finished P3 post penalty.
So it'll be probably P4
from... providing COD gets his penalty removed. Obviously, we don't know the full story, and we don't know what's going to happen with the steward report. We will find out in a couple of days. We hope.
Yeah, I will
Who
be
is the
your
steward for
steward.
this
It's
week?
me. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's me, considering my other half of the steward's room is racing tonight.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. So Jack will be the first driver on a lap. I could go on board, but then also I don't want to deafen your ears. So we will stay off board for now. Apologies for that, because my account is not set up for the game right now. As I'm on a different account to normal. Jack being very aggressive through turn 1 and 2, also through turn 4. So that is a big amount of flick. I want to say that's worse than me, but I don't think many people would have that.
No.
Because I flick, but I don't flick, like, massively aggressively. Especially not at this track, where you kind of need to be smooth. Just on the short corners that need it. But Jack sliding his way through the turn 13, 14 chicane. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that number.
I'm not too sure about calling numbers. I know there's 27 of them, and
yeah,
I know turn
and these
4, 1 and 2.
and
So.
these are 2 down here for some reason, even though it's literally just a straight.
Yeah, they got a bend in them, so.
Oh.
Back
Jack getting a good exit out of turn 27, the Verstappen corner, shall we call it, and towards the line now it's a 28.4.
Yeah, Jack getting us underway. Next up to the line is going to be John. We'll see what he can produce. Of course, he is P2 in. Oh, Before the sprint race, he was P2 in the Drivers' Championship. So he is one of the three fighting it out for the championship along with Alessio and Godcamper. See what he can produce as he comes to the line.
He was about 7 tenths up on Jack on the second sector split, and it's a 27.6, already about 2 tenths off of what he did in sprint qualifying.
Money
Not
game
sure what
is
happened in the money
invalidated.
game
I
there.
think he might have tapped the wall, but he's got no damage, but he did invalidate, so
Yeah, his teammate Fortnite Chipmunk not having the same fate comes towards the line now, 28.5, about 10th, nearly 2 off of Jack. That's Cod starting a lap. Alessio is finishing his lap. A couple tenths down on John come the middle sector, 28.0, puts himself up into P2. McLaren next to the line is Corgi to start. So the next car to the line to finish the lap will be Cod, so we'll go with him for this lap, shall we? Do you want to take it away, Scott?
it will be that guy. But that guy has just invalidated, so it is going to be now Cod. Godcamper coming through
He's also
the
on hards, to be fair, so Cod is the
yeah.
first man to set the next man to set a representative lap time.
Pod is now coming down to the hairpin at corner number. I do not know. I do not care. See what exit he can get round here. It is a good one. So he gets some power very, very well. Uses a bit of battery to get himself set up for the main deliveries of the straight, which will be produced. You have this right-left chicane, yellow flag coming through. I believe that is going to be Chipmunk. He will be let through. He might get a little tow. We'll see how it goes. Cockcapper using his battery very nicely, and Chipmunk lets him through very nicely as well. Bit of maybe a bit deep for Cod, going through the chicane at turn 24, I reckon. Let's see, he's using the rest of his battery and will have just enough for the final straight. See what sort of exit and entry he can get. He uses the he uses the curb, he doesn't touch the wall. He will produce a good lap here. It is going to be just behind John. He's 2 tenths behind John as it currently stands. That's a good lap from Cod Camper. Of course, he is the
battery.
reigning and defending champion of realistic tier from last season, and he is currently leading the way. I think, yeah, he is currently leading the way because he finished ahead. If he gets his penalty removed, that is.
Yes.
Yes.
And the only man that is currently on any form of push lap will be that guy, nearly spinning it out of the, I believe that's 10-13 hairpin. And you're going to need to give me a few seconds as I need to go quickly.
Okay.
I'll be back in 2 minutes. Your turn to take over.
Right, so that guy is the only one on a lap as it currently stands. And goes through the left-right chicane very nicely. He's on the hard tyres, so we don't expect his lap time to be the best that he can produce. It's not going to be up there in lap times. We know that guy is a very, very quality driver. Oh, he will come to the line. I believe Money Game is starting a lap. Oh, that guy does put in a 28.4, which will put him P5 currently. So it's a very, very good lap from that guy. We'll see what he can produce when he goes onto the soft compound of tyres. Believe that is Corgi coming out of the final corner. He got a yellow flag, so I think he might have tapped the wall. Money Game is currently on a lap, so we will, as when Willow gets back, we will see who he is. Money Game setting a 32.5, but yeah, I can't get my words out. In the first sector, he's got not as much battery as you would expect to play with, but of course he is a very, very good performer in realistic tier and in assist tier, and of course no assist, which he has started in very, very recently. Good evening. Yes, Jack. That guy is on the hard compound of tires. Good evening, good evening, Captain Aiden. Aye, aye. I hope you're doing very, very well, my friend. Money Game is coming up to the line. We are watching that guy because Willow is disappeared, and I believe he is going for a toilet break, I reckon. Money Game goes P3. with a 27.9. Next up on a lap, I believe, is going to be KMK. No, it is not. It is going to be Emil. Emil is a current assist tier driver racing for Aston Martin. Today he finds himself in the Williams. And see what he can produce in his realistic tier return. As I am going to absolutely hurt Willow. As Emil has invalidated. No! Emil has invalidated his second chicane, so that is going to be it for him, which means the next driver on a lap is going to be Snipes. And as he currently goes through the first sector split with a 32.3, I've just heard the return of Willow, and
Hello.
he is now on board with Snipes, so thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I came back and I just heard the first card to the line would be Snipes. I'm just like, yes. So it's KMK who finishes his lap, goes up into P9.
His lap time was not representative. He was in none the entire time.
So,
And Emil
yes,
invalidated
you're
his
correct.
run as well. So Emil will be coming in at the end of the lap as well.
Snipes setting a pretty good lap time. He's currently on a 1 minute 0.7 come the middle sector, but that Mercedes is known for being quite draggy in a straight line. Not comparing to the Aston Martin. Both of those two being quite draggy compared to what they should be, but Snipes comes towards the line, 27.7, puts himself up into P2. Alessio next to the line, just about running out of deploy, puts himself just behind Snipes. When he gets to the line to start a lap.
Smaller Smiley is next.
He was 7/10 down on Snipes, puts him in 28.5. Red Bull of Padge next to the line. Similar
P11.
as well, but loses more time in the final sector as well. So that will be COD to start a lap, meaning KMK is the next car to the line. Both the Mercedes tonight running the number 2 on their cars. Something I've noticed. But yeah, KMK not taking the tight line to the line, puts himself into P11, 29.2. That is a Williams next to the line of Emil, has invalidated his lap. So therefore, John will be coming into the pit lane. Is that his session done?
No, we'll find out when we have no yellow flags to see how much time is left in the session.
Yeah.
We don't know, but it is going to be tight, I believe.
And COD is the next person to set a lap. If I am reading this correctly. 6 minutes left in the session, so no. That's what Jack has just... Oh, that was a bit wide for COD there and does go off track. I just
Snipes
saw
is up
VCOD
next
spawn.
to finish a lap. He's running overtake mode. He's got loads of battery left, so he's coming into the pit lane. Never mind.
Everyone else saw a VCOD spawn into the track to where COD was.
Well, that is fun. That guy is starting a lap now as well, so COD has invalidated his lap, which is unfortunate. Don't know when that happened, but
High-speed chicane.
it was the high-speed chicane. A lot of people are getting caught out by the high-speed chicane tonight. That's interesting, because I didn't think it'd be the one that people were getting caught out on. I expected more people to be caught out by the I was expecting more people to get caught out by the sausage curb at turn 6, 7. I think it's turn 7.
I hate you. Why would you say that?
Because I saw a meme of it, pantomimes doing it, and I thought it was funny.
The 6-7 meme is not funny.
It is.
I'm just saying that now. It is not funny.
You have no soul.
No, I have a life.
There's money gamers joining me in the meme. Thank you very much for proving
that guy's a couple tenths up on somebody who I can't remember now. That's 1 minute 0.7, but has run out of deploy very, very early in the lap.
Yeah, so he will be losing a lot of time out, but it is his first lap on the soft compound tyres after being spending a good few laps on the hard compound tyres. He was doing some race run practice in his Rari.
So
It
he's having
is,
6, just behind John,
oh
two
wow, that's a
hundredths off.
great lap from that guy. If he manages to figure out his deployment in sector 3, he will be a massive contender for pole position here.
As Cod is going into the pit lane, I believe Emil is doing the same, so the track is going to calm down for a little bit now. Why has Alessio selected the mediums?
Because he wants to make sure that he's on the right compound tyre, I imagine.
Hmm.
Emil is on a lap. He's not on a lap actually. He is run out of fuel.
So he is coming into the pit lane.
We'll have to wait a good minute or two for people to come out. Yes,
It's taking me months.
it's taken me months to figure this out.
No, that's not what I was going for. As first man out on track is Alessio on what looks to be a used set. By the fact it says 1 lap on the lap counter.
Yeah, it does seem slightly weird. Maybe he is just saving a couple of sets for the race, which you wouldn't expect to see. I mean,
You only get 2 sets in quali for a sprint weekend, so he has done. This will be his 3rd lap, so that might be why. Unless he's selected like softer on the allocation or something, which I don't see why you would. As that is that guy pushing again on those
yes,
used softs.
he is pushing again. So he is doing a
He's half
couple
a tenth
of
up.
yeah, he's
So currently
improving.
this would put him on pole.
He has used a lot of battery though. He's got half his deployment left, so
Less than.
he hasn't managed to figure out saving techniques as of yet. As he hits the wall, oh, that's unfortunate there.
Was it
As
a hard hit?
it was a decent hit. I don't think he's got damage, but
Will he have got away with it time-wise, though? Not
no.
really. Lost 800s in the middle sector and does go wide and invalidates the
Invalidated.
lap.
So he will. That will be it for that guy's session there. So he will not be able to fight it out for pole, but he could still finish. Start the race fairly high up. So you'll
He
have
could
to
be
see how
very
others.
happy with that lap time, as that is Alessio now, the first driver to finish a lap. He's currently in the first sector. We'll see what he's able to do. That guy comes into the pit lane and retires. Alessio comes towards the first sector split. Now it's a 32.5. Nearly 900ths down on his personal best. It's already 1.1 tenths off of pole. As I say, the completely wrong factor of measurement there. Takes off a lot of speed for that middle chicane in sector 2. Towards the second sector split now. Lost nearly quarter of a second overall. Maybe trying to save a little bit of battery for the final sector.
Bit of information as well.
See,
John is down on his laptop. No, he's losing a tenth to his best time. I can never remember which way around it is. But he's not
it's going to
improving as it currently
be,
stands.
as that is Alessio coming towards the line now. Keeps it nice and tight towards the line. It's 28.1. Cannot improve on those used tyres. The first car to the line will be John. Currently quarter of a tenth down on his lap
Cod
time.
Camber is improving by 2 cents as well after his sector 1 split.
That would put him near pole, but not quite on it.
And Corgi is 4 tenths as well. 4 tenths up as well.
Which would gain him 1 place ahead of Emil. John coming towards the line now. And John does improve by a further 10th. Cannot beat his sprint pole time. As that's Corgi who moves up into P7. Cod Camper coming towards the line now. 3/10 up come his middle sector. Comes towards the line now. 0.538. Cannot take pole. But right now it is a Sauber 1-2. Jack is invalidated. He's not very happy with that. That is Chipmunk towards the line of the V-carb. That looked like Jack put it in the wall for a second there. As Chipmunk comes towards the line, 28.1 does avoid the
Jack
crash.
is in the wall.
KMK comes across the line, cannot improve his position, is P13, and Money Game onto pole position in the V-carb. Snipes up to P3.
That's a great lap there from Money Game.
Improves to P7, and that is your session.
He takes it off John at the very last depth of the second.
That's very impressive from the V-carb man. Will he be able to hold on in the race? We'd hope so. But that is your qualifying wrap. Snipes also sneaking in right at the end to snipe away P3 from God Camper.
You didn't.
People are going to hate me for that.
No, Snipes is in the chat saying that he messed up Sector 1. He had a really good Sector 2 and 3, though. We'll see. I'll have a little look of his sector times and compare. Yeah, he's in Sector 1, he lost... in Sector 1, he lost 2/10 off Money Game. And in Sector... I couldn't see the rest.
Oh, it's fine. We'll take a look.
Yeah, Snap saying he reckons he's got more front wing. Well, he should be faster in Sector 1. And
So,
Captain Aiden hates your joke.
shock horror. So, your your qualifying order is Money Game, John, Snipes, Cod, that guy, Alessio, Smaller Smiley, Chipmunk, Corgi, Jack, Emil, Padge, and KMK.
Very, very close times there between the top 6. Alessio, our sprint winner, starting from P6. He was 3/10 back from Money Game. I have to see what happens in the race.
So, a little bit of championship permutations for you here. If things were to stay as they are, John would be leading by 6 points. This is including the non-removal of Cod's 10-second penalty from the sprint race. If that were to apply, Cod would gain back up from P8 to P2, so 3 points compared to 9. He gained 6 points and John would lose 1, so Cod would still be leading by 1 point.
Yeah,
Alessio,
a lot of maths there.
Yes, Alessio is currently no penalties being applied or removals. Alessio would be 23 points back from John, and Money Game would move himself further into championship contention, technically, mathematically, by 52 points back from John. Snipes also being 70 points back, but obviously, with the way that things are looking, it is not likely that either of those two would be in the championship fight, with 4 races to go and 1 sprint after this.
So we now enter the... What about the championship league order?
Just in general.
Life is good. Yeah, Snipes, you are currently P6 in the championship, so you are fighting Money Game and Deflated Wii for P4. Of course, Deflated Wii is not racing tonight. So you will be able to overtake him, and depending, you have a 12-point gap to Money Game, who is P4. So if you outscore Money Game by 13 points, you will overtake him and be P4 in the realistic tier standings.
Never check the standings, really? I mean, personally, I'm checking them every week because I'm updating my own stat sheet.
You have to. Money Game says game
Yeah.
on. He's ready for that fight for P4. We are in the 5 minute break, which is now turned into 2 minutes left. Break where the drivers can do whatever they, ow, I just hit my hand, ow, do whatever they
That's
want.
not
They
ideal.
can sort strategies out, sort setups, because they, I believe, no, they changed it before qualifying. Change fuel loads and do whatever they need to do before the race actually starts. So with that, what strategies are we expecting?
Well, the ideal strategy on Tuesday was looking to be a medium hard, especially with the safety car that came out very early on, and we saw the hards last about 15 laps or so with the safety car restart, and they got to near enough puncture range by the end of the race, so potentially people looking to box at the end of lap 10 if they want to initiate the undercut. I think that the ideal box point would be lap 11 or 12. I think 12 would be close to an overcut though, so ideal lap is probably lap 11 if you're doing a medium hard. Hard medium, I think you're just going to lose out too much on the overcut because of the strength of the undercut on this game. So we'll see what the pace or the tyre split is with the grid. Personally, I think it should be a medium hard.
I think if you start on the hard component tire, you are making it a very risky game for staying in the DRS chain, which the DRS is very important around here, as was with China last week. If you do lose the DRS, you are kind of stuck in no man's land, to put it. So,
Yeah,
but you can make it work as long as you have the pace to stay with the car ahead. But if there is an early safety car, then you do run that risk of. But same with the late safety car, you could equal it out. So after to get the track position after everyone's pitted, it's one of those things where it's risk versus. I say that you could say that about every track. It's risk versus reward. Who is anyone going to make the chance? A couple of people. Nobody did it on Tuesday, I believe. No, somebody did because I remember them having to take mediums to the end. Yeah, Snipe saying he likes risky, so I think he
I was going
might
to say,
be.
it sounds like something that Aya would do on Tuesday, because I know he did it in the Monday race. As we get the formation lap underway, there is one man on the hards.
It is the man who says he likes risky. It is
Good
Snipes.
luck, mate.
If you get anywhere, if you get a good result from this, I praise you big time because
If you
that
get
is
anything
great.
higher than P5, that's genuinely how bad I think the hard medium strategy is here. Then there is probably a driver of the day in order. Because I really don't think that strategy is going to work. Because I tried it in WOR, and I was around about where I should have been. Because I started last. But when you're in a train, it is just so difficult to overtake, and with how close the grid is, we saw the top 8 being covered by just DRS in the sprint. Obviously now we've got different fuel loads and slightly different setups, I would think. So, and different track conditions as well, because there is a slight grip difference between sprint and qualifying. Sprint and feature, sorry. But we shall see.
It is looking up to be a very, very good race. Do not go anywhere. If you want to request an onboard, we do not have a red button, but be sure to put your channel points and spend them, and Willow will show you an onboard of your choice. Surprised Jack hasn't requested me tonight because he
No,
usually
that was
does.
tacit normally.
No, it was Jack does it as well.
Hmm.
And Jack likes to request me.
As we are getting to
He's
the
done
grid
it.
now.
He's done it. There it is. Jack
There's Money Game
hasn't.
pointing his card towards John very aggressively. Do you want to take the start lights?
You could do it.
As we look towards the lights at the head of the grid. Money Game on pole. John alongside Snipes taking the risk on the hards. It's 5 lights. After a decently long hold, we're away for the feature race. John with an incredible start. Money Game bogging down slightly. He's going to be under attack from both COD and Snipes, who, as there's wheel locking, and John and Money Game are both dragged a bit wide. That is Snipes who's taking the lead on the hards. That guy's up into a podium.
Oh, there's
position.
3 wide into turn 4. Chipmunk closing up massively. He's gone wide.
That's a Ferrari that's spinning. That's smaller Smiley. People going
Smiley.
wide in avoidance. As that is John as well, who's also taken a beating from.
And Corky's out! Corky's out! No!
That will be a virtual safety car.
How's that not a full safety car? I just clicked that. That is. Corky just goes.
Wow.
Like, I think he gets on the sausage curb and just goes straight into the wall. He was unable to get control of his car, and how that is not a safety car, I do
you
not
thought
know.
The sprint start was insane? Check this out. My god. That's an incredible start from Snipes, who's taken the hards to the lead of this race. COD Camp has gone from P4 to P2, and that guy has also gained a couple places, up to P3. From P5, Alessio gaining 1, John losing a hatful of places with that wheel locking in turn 2. But there's a massive gap between that guy and Money Game now, after the instance around turn 4 and the start of the S's section. But Snipes is going to be loving life with that start.
Yeah, and it's way too. Good thing is, if it was a full safety car, it's a bit too early for the medium drivers to benefit from the safety car. They wouldn't be able to make it to the end, so they would essentially be on equal strategies. And Snipes is leading the train, so it is very, very handy for Snipes that it is not a full safety car.
100%, but also very handy for everyone else, as that is Small Smiley who's gone into the pit lane and does retire from this race along with Corgi. DRS enable as we go green again.
So
Snipes having a decent restart. COD as well, but that guy having a bit of a poor one. He's dropped back quite a bit. Almost out of DRS. He's going to be careful he doesn't lose out to COD there, but this is dreamland for Snipes right now.
Yeah, Cap Nathan saying that John is definitely screaming right now. I can imagine he got very unfortunate with that start.
Oh,
so
for sure.
We'll have to see
I mean,
how he comes back into this.
We thought he was annoyed on Tuesday in the VC because he was just silent. He's going to be fuming after that start. That is for certain.
It is not very good, but he does have 23 laps left of this race to try and make some moves. He's within DRS of Money Game ahead of him, who is also within DRS, and we do have a swap for the lead. COD Camper making a move on Snipes. The powered by AWS race strategies have just come on. They're suggesting a 2-stop and a 3-stop. We do not condone this.
Which,
also,
as we all know, is wrong.
I don't.
Very wrong.
Also, I don't know what AWS sell, but there are other brands available. Chipmunk getting past Jack, and I look like someone in that pack went deep into turn 1.
As the DRS train has also been all reconnected again from P1 down to P9. KMK and Padge both missing out on DRS so far.
KMK on the border of the DRS, and he should be able to. Money Game, I believe.
Game, I think he might have been dragged off by the Narnia curb.
Yeah, I think
he's
he got
dropped from P4 all the way down to P7 as Jack picks up a 3-second penalty for track limits.
That's very
not a good start from our pole man.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Money Game starting on pole, so he is lost 6 positions going into the current scenario. Jack getting a 3-second time penalty in that. He is our biggest loser, but our biggest gainer is John. No, it's not. It's COD Camper. Sorry, gaining 3 positions along with KMK.
Yeah, no surprises there. He has jumped Snipes for the lead so far. Snipes, of course, with those hard tyres, will be looking to get a bit more of an advantage on pace further into this stint. That is Money Game, sending it to the inside of Chipmunk. They could be side by side all the way down this first straight.
They both have DRS, so it's going to be... These two are very prevalent fighters in assist here. They were fighting it out for the lead in China. Very, very much so.
It's going to be
And
a
they
good wing test, and Money Game has his nose ahead. They're going to be side by side through turn 4.
They made it side by
all
through.
of them. Both of them are on pad, keeping in mind. They're going to be side by side through the entirety of the S section. No quarters given.
Money Game's over the curb, and how they have
big squeeze.
How have they not collided there?
How on earth neither of them are dead after that is insane to me.
Does that just prove you can race through?
You can, but you need to lose a lot of more time than you really think, because I think there could potentially be a steward's investigation on that one.
They have lost 4 seconds to Alessio. No, that's 4 seconds to the leader, sorry.
That's twice the amount.
That's 2 seconds to Alessio from that.
I think there could potentially be a steward's report on that one for forcing another driver off the road. Minigame makes the move into the high-speed chicane.
Better exit. Corgi in the
he's
chat.
Also missed the DRS.
Corgi in the chat saying, "I am not racing in this race anymore." Goes without saying. He had a very big collision into the wall, and Captain Aiden saying, "Bruv, those two need to know when to fight and when not to." I will say nothing.
I mean,
Corgi's...
it's a fair analysis, to be honest. I mean, we've both seen how aggressive they can be.
Wait,
Granted,
Jack making a move on Chipmunk?
Pace.
I think Chipmunk hit the... not Chipmunk. Jack hit the wall slightly, but he's not got damage, so...
Emil also trying for a switchback on Jack, but not quite able to pull that one off. God and Snipes both swapping for the lead in the meantime. Nobody as yet being dragged off by the Narnia curb.
Yeah, good evening, Ethan. What has happened so far? Well, there was...
chaos, to put it in a word.
The sprint race was won by...
Alessio.
Won by Alessio with a 3-second gap. Camper got a 10-second time penalty, which could potentially be removed. Money Game got pole, but is now running...
As that guy's gone round on the exit of the chicane. He was running so well in third place. Speaking of third place, that's where John has now recovered back up to.
Yeah, even in this race there, Corgi has gone straight on it. But I think it's turn 6, 7, 8. I can't remember which one it is. But he went off there. I've got the clip. I will put it in the Discord later after this race because it was absolutely astronomical. Also, if you want to see that clip in the Discord, feel free to drop us a message if you want to join our Discord. We run races on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. If you're watching this on the YouTube, there will be a link in the comment section below. Or if you are on the Twitch, we can get... It's in the description. There will be an invite to the
description, not the comments.
It's one of them. As Corgi, hearing the fact that I have a clip of his crash out, is now begging me not to. Our Money Game's
retired.
Money Game is out.
That would be the turn 4 wall.
That's the safety car. Yeah, the Money Game has hit the turn 4 wall, and that is the safety car. Snipes is not going to be happy.
That guy's bacon.
Snipes is not going to be happy.
Oh, 100% no. But that is your pole sitter now out of the race. 10 cars left running. That's also going to royally screw Jack, but also help Chipmunk in terms of closing that 4-second gap. Does royally screw over Snipes though.
Yeah, this safety car is earlier than what we saw on Tuesday, so is there a bigger risk of a puncture in this race?
100%. If you go in now, yes, you're going to be gaining, but you're also going to need to make another stop, so it's probably going to be, if you box now, another medium hard from here.
Yeah, Money Game, did you hit the turn...
soft hard.
Money Game, did you hit the turn 4 wall, the inside of the turn 4 wall?
Death Wall claims another victim.
Yeah, he hit the so he just got a bit of maybe a bit of understeer And Ethan has redeemed his channel points for a COD camper restart.
Then we shall follow COD until we get to the restart.
Snipes has come in on this lap.
And the Saubers are double stacking.
Yeah, of course they would lose out more time if they didn't. They would lose more time if one of them didn't come in.
To be fair, I think that this might be good for Snipes if he's gone harder on the allocation. Because you're not making the hards to the end right now.
Yeah.
Also, I think COD may have just strategically held up John.
There's no way.
We're seeing teammate tactics as Padge has stayed out, so he currently leads this race. Snipes on the mediums, he'll be looking to clear off from COD Alessio, and that is now Chipmunk behind. Jack is ahead of John right now, and everyone has gone onto the hards. That guy came in just as the safety car came out.
Yeah, we will remind everyone that whilst they are teammates in this race, there are no teammates in this championship. There are no teammates in this championship. This is a single driver only championship. There is no constructors championship, so everyone is fighting it out full position. So these two drivers in the Salvers fighting it out for the championship. They can do whatever they deem fit. Unless it's illegal.
I think a lot of people might be hoping for a red flag right now because Padge is leading.
Yes, we do. Just to clarify, red flags are turned on by
are they?
The steward. The stewards do deem that red flags are on, but we have not seen one.
We've never had a red flag.
They are on standard red flags, but we have not seen one yet.
We had one glitched red flag. Season 582 Brazil, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, I remember that one. That
was glitched. So we've never had a genuine red flag.
Not since they've been added back.
Yeah, I'd be very well, this league hasn't been going long enough for it to be around the last time red flags were in the game before they came back in.
Now we've been around forever.
As Padge comes
in a lap later. Not sure if that was the right call for Padge, but he will put him at the back with the freshest tyre wear, even though nothing will happen.
I think if the safety car comes in this lap, you probably might be able to take hards to the end here. Be touch and go.
It'd be very touchy if the hards make it to the end.
Snipes really needs to clear off on this restart if he wants to get anywhere close of a chance of winning this race.
Yeah, we saw on Tuesday that the safety car came in about lap 10.
10, 11-ish. Do hard to make the end.
It's going to be
touch and go now. Yeah, it's going to be very, very close. I think we probably will see some punctures if people try and stay out. I think especially the Saubers are going to struggle because their tyre wear is a lot higher than other cars. I think that the top cars actually might be alright. I think Jack definitely is going to be fine because he's in McLaren and the McLaren has bulletproof tyre wear. I can tell you that one from experience. But I think it'll be a mixture. I think it'll be touch and go. I think we'll see some punctures, but not all.
In Money Game claiming that he had understeer in his car, so he wasn't having fun with his car. Then maybe part of the reason why he maybe turned a bit too much and then the car turned too much. Maybe we'll have to see how that unfolded. But current positions, you have Snipes P1, COD P2, Alessio P3, Chipmunk P4. Jack is running P5 ahead of John, who is P6, KMK P8. No, Emil P7, KMK P8. Safety car in this lap. That guy is running P9 and Padge running P10 as he catches back up to the field.
I am just going to quickly turn down my onboard audio.
Yeah, so Jack and KMK are the biggest gainers at the moment.
Just let me know if that audio is alright, by the way. Because even in my headset it was quite loud, so...
It is perfectly
Snipes
fine.
Snipes is already gone.
Snipes already
is going to be... As COD also hits the wall... And already there's a nearly 9/10 gap between Snipes and Cod, so Snipes is already doing exactly what he needs to do. We're going to look behind to see if Chipmunk does send
Chipmunk
a
having a look.
move.
He's got into the wall. He's round. He's round.
There was
That
no way
is-
that Chipmunk was
there was
ever going to get
no-
that stopped.
that
That
move
was
was
very,
never
very
on.
bold.
That was a very
So-
bold move there.
That is Chipmunk now without a front wing, and there's already a second gap between Cod and Alessio. Cod also has fallen out of the DRS of Snipes, so Snipes doing exactly what he needs to do
He's
in
still
order
got
to
plenty
try
of
and win
battery.
this race. We both do. That is Jack up into P4 on the road, by the way.
Yeah, he's within DRS of Alessio. He could potentially look for him. He has got the 3-second time penalty, but
Granted, right now there is no DRS at all,
oh yeah, good point. Never mind.
because we are on the safety car restart. But he does look to be hanging with Alessio right now, so could we see a potential move into turn 1?
I forget if it gets activated the lap that the safety car comes in or the lap after. I can never remember. It is the lap after.
Yeah. As Cod has some incredibly low wings, making up a lot of the time that he lost in the final 2 sectors. Well, I'm not exactly losing too much in the first, but if he pushes too hard, he's going to be very, very dangerous on his tyres come the end of this race.
As
Snipes, as we know, is going to need to come in again.
And DRS is enabled. Chipmunk coming in to repair that front wing. He, depending what allocation he chose, depends whether he'll be able to make it to the end. He is going onto a set of hard combat tyres for Chipmunk.
So yeah, he can definitely make the end now. I think that the drivers who English, who are on the hards now, are going to struggle. I think the Padge will probably be the safest of those.
Yes.
I think he'll be very, very touch and go with the other drivers for right now. Also, if Snipes, he probably wants to box within the next few laps, to be honest.
Yeah, or is he going to try and hold out for a safety car?
Cod does not have DRS right now. He will now. But that shows the pace that Snipes has in this race.
Yes, Snipes is using his medium compound tyres to perfect precision at the moment. They are running low on battery. They're both flashing. So we'll have to see how that will correlate to Alessio catching up. The gap is 1.6 seconds. Jack is within DRS. He doesn't look to be making a move as of yet.
No, he's just holding back for now, but does look to have a lot lower wings. And
KMK
defending...
KMK making a move,
so
and they've gone side by side between that guy and
Emil. Almost contact, but all of them just about getting through the turn 1, 2, 3 complex.
Oh, that guy's round and contact with Emil. Emil's lost a front wing, or lost part of his front wing. His right-sided end plate and bit of damage to his wing. It gets a 3-second time penalty.
3 seconds as well.
And he is struggling. He's gone off at the
if
turn.
the game would give me an actually good camera angle, we'll be able to show you the damage. Yeah, he's lost a lot of that front right. Unfortunate for the Williams man. Was running P6 on the safety car restart. Unfortunately, has dropped to P9, and we'll see what he does in this race.
He will have to be careful on his way back to the pit lane. Of course, points do go down to the the top 15. So everyone that finishes this race will score a point.
Well, at least 6 points, I believe, for P10.
Yes.
Just purely off the top of my head.
What first second?
First 25.
I'm doing it backwards because 15 will be 1, 14 will be 2, 13 will be 3, 4 for 12, 5 for 11th, and swap between that guy and KMK. So yes, it is going to be 6 points for 10th place.
The way I remember it is that 8th place is 8 points. which is quite funny, as Emil comes in to repair that front wing. Goes on to the mediums. He is going to be very careful to last at the end of this race. So, see what happens on that front, and if he comes out ahead of Chipmunk as well, we'll see that on the mini-map, and does with quite a decent margin. He'll be wanting to extend that gap a little bit more, because obviously he has that 3-second penalty, but those two are pretty much locked in for the back of this pack so far, as John is very close to the back of Jack right now.
Yeah, they've both got a decent amount of battery to play with. I think John is just biding his time, waiting for Jack to maybe make a mistake or try and make a move, get close enough to Alessio to make a move. I imagine John knows that there are quite a lot of laps left, and COD making a move at the front of the grid.
Yeah, obviously you can't be too overzealous when you're trying to commit to a move, not least on anybody here, because a lot of these drivers can be rather aggressive, but obviously not taking away from any of their pace, nor their prowess in wheel-to-wheel combat. But I would think probably around about now would be a good time for Snipes to pit. Obviously he's got enough time to make up the gap. Granted, would be what, about 4 push laps, so around 20% advantage -ish.
Yes.
While it doesn't sound like a lot, these guys are going to be reaching punctures by the end of this race, so it could make all the difference. So I reckon he should be boxing within the next couple laps or so for another set of hards if he has them. If he doesn't, then he'll need to be stopping a little bit later, probably 16, 17 to another set of mediums.
If he has one.
He will have a fresh set of mediums, and do you know why?
Because he started on hards?
He was one of the hard runners in the sprint.
Yes. Okay.
So he will need to box probably around lap 16 or 17 for his medium set.
Snipes making a move back for P1.
That kind of screws his race a little bit.
Oh, he comes in.
Goes in this lap. We'll stay on board with him to see what tyres he puts on.
It's got to be hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Yes, it is hard. That's really interesting. I thought he was one of the hard runners. Obviously, I must have been wrong.
He was the only hard runner in the sprint, so...
No, there are a few hard runners in the sprint. He was the only hard runner at the start of this race.
Oh, yeah.
Get the facts right.
I'm trying.
You know I'm joking.
My brain doesn't work like it used to.
You know I'm joking.
No.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a gap between John and that guy, and Snipes now has 8 seconds worth of clear air to push into to try and catch Padge, and then a little bit more clear air up to KMK and that guy. We'll see what he's able to do on those 5 lap-ish fresher tyres. And then, also, Alessio started P6. Jack currently running in a podium position on track, and he started P10.
Yeah, Jack will be really happy with this. He is very unfortunate with that 3-second time penalty, but it will only push him down to P4 as it currently stands. So Jack
And
running
if
in a really good position.
If anything goes wrong, Jack could be in for his first podium. As that is John who comes into the pit lane. He doesn't think that the hards can make it to the end.
John will probably be pitting for a set of mediums with 10 laps left. He will know that that is roughly the range of the medium command tyres, and it
go on board.
It is going to be
on
a set of hard
tyres.
Never mind, everything I've just said has been completely undone.
To be honest, I think he's made the right decision, but I think he's been undercut heavily by Snipes. A 1 lap tyre advantage is going to be around about between 4 and 5%, and he's got 3.5 seconds to catch. I don't know if he'll be able to make that. We know it is John, and we know how fast John can be. But
Exactly.
I think that 3.5 seconds is a little bit too much
Oh,
to overcome.
Emil.
Emil picks up his second 3-second penalty. That's a bit of a tongue twister and a half. And as it stands, puts himself as
Emil.
he is
No.
picking up another 3
Seems
seconds.
very harsh as penalties, time penalties around here. He is struggling and he does not have a front left end plate. That is why he's getting so many time penalties. He's understeering a bit.
So that is second front wing breakage of the race.
Yeah,
I
back up to the
believe.
front. Alessio is still in DRS of Cod, who is in DRS of Jack.
Both
And
of
the
them have stayed out. KMK gets past that guy who's gone into the pit lane. That was a bit wild into the pit lane there.
So are we seeing people risk staying out till the end?
That guy puts on his old mediums.
Yeah, maybe Jack could. That's a very bold
Does that
strategy
guy
choice.
maybe
Those
definitely aren't getting to the end?
Those definitely won't go to the end.
Maybe it read new tyres.
Maybe. I don't know.
I know that's been prone to happening before.
Maybe the team got the tyres wrong. I don't know. But maybe the only one who will try going to the end is Jack. He will. Cod would have driven on Monday, so he will have known what the tyre life of the hards is like after a safety car.
But Alessio, not on the Sauber.
Exactly.
As that is a yellow flag for Emil in Sector 1.
Yeah, there is no safety car at all. But Alessio and, go back to my previous point, Alessio and Jack would not have driven this track on Tuesday. So, will they try and go to the end? Because Jack especially, because he is in the McLaren, he will have the best tyre wear, or the statistical best tyre wear car for it in this world. So, will he try and go to the end? He's lost DRS to Alessio.
As Alessio's now pushed for the lead and does take it going down the pit straight. That is
Emil is out,
crashed.
and that is a
virtual safety car.
So Padge will benefit from this massively. Snipes will gain a position from Padge. I think John may be a bit upset with that, because that is going to help out. That is going to help out the top three massively. Try making it to the end,
and probably helps out Padge in relativity to him as well. The gap now between Snipes, as Jack has picked up a drive-through.
Oh no, Jack!
That's royally screwed his race.
No.
And Snipes now with some free air.
That was a very short VSC, and that has now cost Jack of a podium chance. But that has now pushed KMK into a potential podium, depending what his teammate for the night, Snipes, does.
Snipes has had a brilliant restart. He's gained about 5 seconds on them under the course of that VSC, which is insane, to be honest. Chipmunk has found himself back into this race, unless he needs to pit again as well. So Snipes will be trying to catch hand over fist now for the rest of this race. But he's now got a very, very good chances. I believe that Cod just chanced it in the final quarter. It didn't quite pay off. Jack will be coming in to serve that drive-through, I believe, now.
Yes, he will.
So puts KMK up into the podium places. That's really unfortunate for Jack, because he was having such a stellar race today.
Such a great race. That has pushed KMK into a podium position.
John's just gained an incredible amount of time, unless you're going quite wide through the S's there.
As Jack's saying, he got a drive-through by 19 thousandths of a second.
No way.
No, Jack.
That's incredible.
That's so unfortunate. He's still running P6 in the 9-car grid to the left.
Snipes has now caught up to his teammate
He has got the
and
one lap.
he will have DRS.
He's got 7 lap fresh tyres, not one. I was looking at the wrong two drivers. So on paper, this move should be
He's
fairly
going to go for it
simple.
now.
Yeah, he's gone for it now. And
And
KMK
potentially could look at holding up the American man that is behind him. And that gives Snipes some much needed clear air as Cod makes the move past Alessio towards the final corner.
Of course, after the finish to the sprint race, this is going to be massive implications for the title. I can't remember. I'll have a little look at the point standings after the.
That will have been very close for a warning for Cod there in turn 1. That apex curb is one that you can cut and not get away with, as there's a move looking towards the back. That guy with DRS on Chipmunk for P8 in this race. Chipmunk not putting up too much of a fight there. That is your closest fight on track right now. Then subsequently becoming Alessio and Cod, as that guy will start to clear away from Chipmunk on those 7-lap fresher tyres.
Yeah, Cod and Alessio both risking a puncture here. It's this if they do get a puncture, a VSC would have helped them massively. But if any of them get near risk of a puncture, this win could be eaten up by Snipes as KMK gets passed by John. With the power of DRS, of course, you can use the drag reduction system. When you are within 1 second of the car ahead, in the detection zone.
DRS zone.
Yes. And KMK is going to fight John back, so he's going to take it the position back.
He is really helping out his teammate here for tonight of Snipes. So we'll see if he's able to hold on down this main straight. I don't think he will. John's going to have a decent advantage in a straight line. Neither of them having much battery, as seen by both of them flashing on the back of their cars. KMK holding it around the outside. Just about spacing between
the
contact.
two. They go side by side through turn 4. Oh, KMK backs out.
Oh my word, that would have been a bold one to send on the inside of turn 4, as that is Snipes now. The gap is 2.5 seconds between him and Alessio.
Something I would like to point out as well is spending a bit of time on board with the top 2. Cod Camper's left front tyre looks like his nicest, and Alessio's front 2 tyres look a bit decrepit.
Rear tyres are what takes a beating around this track. It's your rear right mainly.
Yeah, the rear right is the one that takes battering, and you can see from both of them, they're both struggling with tyre wear, so this is going to be very crucial in this race.
Let's check on board, shall we, and see what those rear tyres look like. That does not look healthy on the rear right tyre. And Alessio's looks even worse. And Snipes looks clean. They look like brand new, to be honest.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's why it's a bit of a texture glitch.
Oh,
you can see it just changing every now and again, so it looks relatively new as that guy picks up a 3-second penalty, although he has a decent enough margin over Chipmunk that he should be able to keep that position. If these two keep fighting as well, that's going to allow Snipes to get ever closer, and he will be close through this first sector, because this is where he's been gaining consistently, and I think that's probably down to his high downforce. John not really making that many inroads since passing KMK. I think KMK being a little bit of a pest, shall we say, towards John. And Snipes is now in the DRS of the top 2. He'll have been pushing to try and get that one, and he's probably burnt a lot of batteries, so he can start saving now to try and prepare for a frontal attack in the last few laps. 7-lap tyre advantage. Can he turn this into a race win?
He will have to make his way past Alessio and Cod Camber. But he's got 4 laps to do so. Oh, will it turn out its way? Do not go anywhere. Do not miss a thing, because this is going to be absolutely strategic.
The thing is, as well, because of his higher wings, he'll need to be burning everything he can in order to get anywhere close.
It does
Uh,
seem as though that Cod and Alessio are both saving battery, or have run out. I don't know,
I
but
think that what Snipes should do here is wait for the front two to try and potentially just have a little bit of a kerfuffle and try and be close enough to try and take advantage, as he's been trying to save throughout that entire straight, and that's already cost him about 6/10 nearly.
he did
More
say that
than.
he did say that he expected to be quicker in Sector 1 with those wings that he is apparently running. So he is now caught up with him back within DRS. So his saving might have worked out beneficial for him. We'll see if he attempts to make a pass on Alessio
This
with
is the
the use
first
of the Brex
time, bearing
position.
in mind as well, that he's getting dirty air in the first sector. He's going to potentially look for a move in the turn 13 hairpin. He's able to carry so much more speed, but it's just, he's not quite close enough to get that move done. He'll need a little bit more battery and a little bit more commit if he wants to try and take the move there. It's a wonderful exit through the chicane, but you don't really want to go for a move up towards the high speed because you are asking for a collision. And
Yeah, he decides to sit
wisely
back.
chooses to back out of that one. Unless you're a little bit wide of the apex of the second part of that high speed chicane. But all the while, this is allowing John to close back in. Looks to the outside, switches to the inside. Snipes takes the inside of Alessio and is up into P2 in this race. And has free reign to try and go after Cod Camper for this race win.
Yeah, will Alessio have a look? It doesn't look like they've got 2 laps left of, well, technically 3 laps left of this race.
I think Snipes could be going for it now, to be honest. He's got the pace in Sector 1. He'll try... No. He's turned off his battery. He's going to try and save a little bit to try and have a further attack on Cod Camper. I genuinely think that with his tyres, he can have enough grip and enough downforce in the first sector that he could potentially go for a move and then just clear off.
Yes.
Which he'll want to do, especially now that John, having 1 lap fresher tyres than him already, is on the back of this train as well. But he's got 3 cars to try and get through. Snipes only has 1. So this is going to be a lot more difficult for John than it's going to be for Snipes. Although, as I say that, John gets an incredible run out of the chicane.
And he is
Both of
going
them
to have a
with
look.
Both of them with some very low wings. John wisely deciding to back out of that
Yeah, it
one.
looked like Alessio went a bit defensive round the straight, almost cutting off a path for John so that he couldn't take it in case he got close enough.
John, I think, just putting a little bit of pressure on Alessio to make it so
And
that
Snipes
he
has made the move for the lead.
As John sent one on the inside of the final corner, that was very committed from them both. And Snipes is going to be wanting to clear off now, for sure. John has a couple cars to get through, looks to the inside, it's a bold one.
He's going to attempt the
switch back.
He's going to
cut underneath.
get it
It can be side by side in for
done.
Alessio backs out. That's a
move.
classy move. But he's now got Cod to get through as well, and then he needs to use that momentum on to Snipes. But already there's a 1.2 second gap between Snipes and Cod is going to fight this because this is his championship fight.
Yeah, Cod is currently leading his 2 championship rivals in this race. He's got P2. He might just concede P1 and try and defend John here, because I believe whoever finishes ahead has got a yellow flag in the back. That is for Padge. But whoever comes out of this race out of these 2 in Cod and John ahead will end up leading the championship, provided Cod gets his sprint penalty removed, which is going to throw a whole load of can of worms into everything. But we'll see who comes out this race ahead and then try and work things out through our winter break, which...
And already there is a 1.2-second gap.
Oh, Connor's
As
back in DRS.
John sent it to the inside. I think Snipes may have been trying to back off as there's a collision. They're both in the wall. Both of them have damage.
Connor's lost big time. John has damage.
There's going to be definitely a stewards report now.
I'm pretty sure these two are in a VC. That is going to be
absolutely
there's
crazy. Going to be words. There's going to be so many words.
There is going to be a lot of chaos.
And also, normally we join the VCs afterwards. Oh my god, that's just going to be chaos.
This is going to be the most awkward thing ever. Oh no. Right now.
Oh no.
I don't really know who was... KMK gets 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
And Jack is round.
Jack and that guy have come together as well. They've both got damage.
Jack was having a great race.
Alessio
has gone round and KMK's gone back through for P3.
Alessio's spun on those old tyres. I can't quite tell whether he has a puncture or not.
I'm trying to work it out. I don't think he does yet.
That's going to allow KMK onto the podium.
Yeah, KMK's
John having even less front wing now as well.
And John is going to settle for P2. It has been an absolutely brilliant race from Snipes, starting on the hard compounded tyres, bear mind. And that safety car coming helping him. And he has managed to pull back through the field, through all this chaos, and avoid completely every single bit of it. And he is already celebrating early. He knows
You've got to not be too careful, because if John... No, he's way too far back. Because we've seen it happen before, but that is Snipes who crosses the line and takes the win.
Snipes points the finger to his head. He wins the race. John will get P2. Maybe provided a skill report.
taking P3.
KMK getting P3. It's been an amazing race for him.
From P13 on the grid, mind.
Unless it's last to third challenge for KMK. Alessio will cross the line P4. Padge will be P5. COD will settle for P6. I don't think we're very happy with that. I think that sets puts a bit of a downer in the championship standings at the moment. But there are still 4 rounds left to play after the winter break. That guy's P7. Jack will have to settle for P8, which is unfortunate for him, where he was running earlier in the race. And Chipmunk will be P9s.
Yeah, that is one of the most mental races that we've seen for a long old time.
Yeah, that was...
My word.
Yes, Captain Nathan is saying GG to Snipes. Snipes is reminding Willow that about his driver of the day thing. I am pretty certain that we will be giving it to a certain man. He is on the top step of the podium, and it is Snipes is fighting it out for P4 in the Drivers' Championship in realistic tier, and he will gladly celebrate this win. He likes a risky start on the only one to start on the hard compounded tyres, and he wins the realistic tier Saudi Arabian GP.
That is just utterly insane. I have not seen a race like that for a long, long time. Alessio and KMK both attempting the one-stop with Cod Camper, and all of them taking as high positions as they can, to be honest. That was the maximum they could have done. Obviously, Alessio's spinning right at the end as well. That's just... you can't really ignore that. But what a race!
That was a great race and a great race weekend. That
100%.
Puts everything into chaos in the Drivers' Championship. Jack, a very unfortunate race from him being P8 at the end.
Without that drive-through as well, by the way, that would have been a really good position for Jack, so that would be even more annoying for him.
Thank you very much, Rids. Good evening to you, my friend. I hope you're very well. Yeah, Jack is not going to be very happy, but that was a lovely race to watch.
100%. So, your next event in IRL will be Assist Tier this coming Sunday, where you'll be watching the likes of Nico, Chipmunk, No money game this week. Cal, who's just taken his first win in China as of the steward report.
Yeah, big
Uh,
moment for Cal getting his first win. He will
you
be. It's been a long
yourself as
time.
well.
Yes, I thought very concerned that you were going to forget about me, Willow.
No,
I
don't
was,
worry. I was going through the attendance list and seeing who there was of the people who I needed to check. So it'll be you and finally Johnny B up at the front. They'll be fighting for assist here on Sunday at this very track, and then we are off for our winter break. Come back on the 6th of January for No Assist Australia, and then we'll be back, me and Sox, on Thursday, the 8th of January. So I hope you have a good Christmas. I'll see
yeah,
you
we hope
on
you have a good
Sunday.
Christmas. A little bit of updating standings before we do go.
That's a good point.
I believe that does mean that John does keep the lead of the drivers' championship, and Cod will still be P2. But I believe the
Alessio's
gap is, yeah,
P3. It's
Alessio will
about
still be
11
P3,
points-ish.
but the gap will be extended
Yes.
because of that late race collision between the two of them, which I will have a big job to do.
Yeah, you've
So,
got a field day behind you now.
yeah,
You're going to
I
have some
have
great
work.
fun.
I
So
have
yes,
work to do.
we shall see you on the 8th of January. Thank you
Yeah,
for
but
watching. Have a good Christmas. Bye bye.